What is going on, guys? You're probably here because you just purchased my Cinematic GoPro LUTs, and for that I really want to thank you. Thank you so much for hitting that purchase button, and I truly hope that these LUTs add value to your color grading process. In this video I'm going to show you how to install the LUTs, how to use the LUTs, how to utilize the export setting preset for guaranteed high quality export, and finally I'm going to walk you through my GoPro settings based on the situation I find myself in. So without further ado, let's jump in. All right, so you just downloaded the presets. So you're gonna get a zip file, which you have to unzip. So double click and you will receive the bundle. So in this bundle, you can see 01 sunrise, 02 daylight, 03 overcast, 04 sunset, and 05 purple haze, as well as the Instagram export settings, which we'll talk about at the end. Installing the LUTs is actually pretty simple. All you have to do is open up Adobe Premiere Pro, which I've done in this case already, and I've also selected 2 clips that I would like to color grade. Once you have done that, go at the bottom here and click New Item, select Adjustment Layer, press OK, and then drag and drop the adjustment layer onto the clips that you would like to color grade. Select the adjustment layer, go at the top here, press Color, and tab Look dropdown. Once you've done that, select Browse, and then it's completely up to you which LUTs you would like to choose. For the sake of this tutorial, however, we're going to start with the 01 Sunrise LUT, press Open, and just like that, your clip is now color graded. Now that you have applied the LUT, you are able to reduce the intensity or even increase it if you wish. And of course, you can amend any other adjustments like exposure, contrast, or shadows. Bear in mind, with any LUT, there's always a chance that you will have to make some adjustments on top of the LUT, which is completely normal. However, with this bundle, I ensured that each LUT is perfectionized for each lighting condition. So you shouldn't have to make too many adjustments on top of the LUT. Perfect example is the Daylight LUT. With the Daylight LUT, as the name already suggests, most of the clips should be filmed between, let's say, 11 and 3 p.m. Pretty much when the light is really bright and it's just in the middle of the day, really. And all these clips that you can see here have been color graded with the Daylight LUT. No adjustments needed. So this just goes to show how versatile these LUTs actually are. I just want to show you quickly before and after here as well. So this is obviously with the Daylight LUT applied, and this is without. Let's check out another clip here in the With Sundays with the LUT applied and without it. And then last but not least, this clip here, the waterfall. Ignore the fact that there's black borders here simply because this clip was recorded vertically. This one is with the LUT applied and here without it. Very versatile. Also quickly want to talk about the purple haze LUT, which is amongst the other ones quite an outlier simply because it has an extreme purple hue. That is actually done on purpose because this one works very well right after sunset when there's a lot of blues and purple in the sky usually. As you can see here, this clip in particular, you can see already without any color grade, there are some hints of blues and purple in the sky. So if you turn that on, you can see how well that is actually intensified. So this particular preset, I highly suggest to use right after sunset, as you can also see here in the second clip, where it really goes to shine. Now that you know how to install and utilize the LUTs, it's time to show you how to install the Instagram export settings. All you have to do is click Export, press the 3 buttons, click Import Presets, choose the folder where you have downloaded the bundle to, choose HQ Instagram Export Settings, press Open. Once you've clicked Open, you will find the HQ Instagram Export Settings in your drop-down menu. Click that and then click Export. These are the exact export settings that I utilize for all my Instagram videos, so this will ensure that all your videos will be super crisp. Let's get started with the final part of this video, which will be the GoPro settings. A lot of people still struggle sometimes to find the right settings to use depending on what situation they find themselves in. So these GoPro settings are exactly the ones that I use and are pretty much perfectly matched also with the LUTs. So let's get started. I just connected my phone to my GoPro, which makes it much easier for me to walk you through my GoPro settings. So let's start with my 5K settings, which I usually use if I want to get some cinematic shots that don't require me to slow them down later in post. So with the 5K settings, we choose 5K 4:3, so we utilize the entire size of the sensor. With frames per second, we shoot at 30 FPS to ensure that we have a lot of motion blur in them. Lens will stay at wide, hyper smooth off. The duration is no limit, schedule capture off, timer off as well. And then bitrate, we want to ensure that this is at high. Shutter speed should always be double of our frames per second. So in this case, it will be 1/60 because our FPS is at 30. ISO minimum at 100, ISO maximum at 800. Just remember that the higher the ISO, the noisier your footage will get, which ultimately will mean that you have lower quality footage. So the lower the ISO, the better. So that's why we keep it between 100 and 800 just in case. With the white balance, I highly suggest to choose that manually depending on the lighting conditions you find yourself in. I usually never go below 4500 or 5500 Kelvin. With sharpness, we want to ensure this is at low so we can later in post sharpen it. And with the color, we want to shoot at flat. This will give us the most freedom in post later to color grade it correctly or utilize the LUTs that I introduced earlier. With the raw audio, wind, and all the other settings, we just keep them as they are. They don't really matter. And that's pretty much it for my 5K settings. So let's go to my 4K settings. I usually shoot at 4K if I want to slow things down later in post, because here I will shoot at 60 frames per second and also 4K 4x3. Once again, we want to utilize the entire sensor. The only difference between the 4K settings and the 5K settings is, yes, the 60 frames per second and also the shutter speed, because as you probably remember now, we always want to shoot at double of the FPS. So in this case, we shoot at 1/120. And that's pretty much it. All the other settings will remain the same. Just remember, change the white balance depending on the lighting conditions you find yourself in. And that's pretty much it. And this wraps up our video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I truly hope that this video was helpful in understanding a bit more about your GoPro settings and also how to utilize the LUTs. Thanks again for purchasing my LUTs. I truly appreciate your love and support of my journey. And I cannot wait to see all your creations. If you have any questions or you need any help with the LUTs, please let me know over Instagram. I'm more than happy to support you guys. And as always, stop thinking, start flying. Let's get it.